I guess it don't work either. Does work. Alright, we hear trash. Try to figure this damn thing out. Oh, fuck. Hey, Ronnie. You guys hear me or no? I don't play the court case. I think I just figured this thing out. Freaking pissed. Another freaking wasted day. Every day is fucking wasted. Alright. So, so they didn't get my freaking motion. They didn't get it, but they got it. I'll play the court thing. Alright, cool. Thanks, Matt. It's too busy. Go away, Charles. We'll need you here. It's too busy. It's too freaking busy. Look at this shit. They didn't get this today. Delivered to agent for final delivery. The 9th. Delivered to agent for final delivery the 9th. I was on the phone all day with these freaking people. And then with the court today. Ain't nobody out there. Nobody to help you. Thanks, Kerno. It's on the screen. Stuff. We're gonna show. I want to show the trial. This guy. He don't even fucking listen to me. You get to see the lawyer that's representing my trust and the bullshit that he says. I'm just gonna ban this. I'm gonna write a criminal complaint to the FBI. Doesn't matter. They didn't. This is what I sent them. I'm gonna go back to it. Junction, that's not it. Motion for default, right here. This they said they didn't get. And then he says that he tells me there's nothing, and this lawyer James says gotta move for a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. It's just, you're gonna resubmit this. This is ADA accommodations on it. The guy told me, this is the guy that told me last time that I can write, so I don't need them. This time he said I can speak. There we go. Failure to state a claim. Talk about the defendant outright refusing to act within legal proceedings. Ex parte request for judicial notice. Motion for a default summary judgment. Request for ADA accommodations. No one's calling me back. 8:30 this morning I was on the phone with them. Federal law. Uniform trust code. Requested trust instruments, writ, etc., plus copies of the divorce decree. My parents signed for well over a year after realizing they were fraudulently concealed from me. This cites case law right out of the book. Defendant's motion to dismiss was not served on me in any way whatsoever. Defendant once again operates in concealment by doing so. Florida small claim rules stipulate. It's fucking law right there. Case law. Yeah, they don't stop. Wait till I play this friggin' trial. I can't tell you. This is a public forum. I'll play it. Small claim cases are processed under a set of rules with a stated goal to reach this. I've cited all this shit. Motions are discouraged. Never mind. Defendant started a whole new fabricated trial through the abuse of the family court. Jurisdiction. You have jurisdiction. They don't read it. Hi, how are you? That's right. In small claims, trial court should resolve underlying dispute. Listen to this guy. This saying guy says I can read and write, so I'm not disabled. The guy's a fucking asshole. Small claims, trial should resolve any underlying dispute in the case. They're gonna say There's failure to state a claim. This is something they lost it. They just plain lost it. I just showed the receipt. And the lady, I have it all up. I fucking recorded everything. Even the phone calls. They have a trial court should resolve underlying dispute in the case. This is Metro Ford versus Green. Rather than merely address the money sought by the plaintiff. I wrote all of this. It's just more wasted fucking days. Most importantly, rules of process of service. How made? When made? Defendant once again refuses to operate and comply with small claims rules. I asked the court to enter a default judgment. They didn't even read this because they fucking lost it. Or they just threw it away. Asked the court to enter a default judgment in favor of the plaintiff as defendant has not operated in accordance with said rules, resulting in unfair trial court. I'm going to show you this email I just had with this other fucking lady, too. I'm going to watch my language, so I'm going to get kicked off of YouTube. I also call for immediate retraction of defendant Patricia Teeling's falsified order of protection, cyber stalking injunction. Then I asked for ADA accommodations. Include a Zoom hearing later in the day. Never happened. Which I believe I asked for prior. I already did ask for that. I also requested advocates. My disabilities preclude me from properly understanding or communicating in settings of this nature. My doctor of over 7 years, Adam Scott Greenfield. He may be reached. There's his number. If any questions related to my disability status. Been homeless and living on the streets over 2 years with no family to help. It only hurt me. Once again, asking I be heard as soon as possible. No, I'm just going to get thrown in the friggin' dumpster. Small claims rule stipulates a pre-trial conference within 50 days has been much longer. 50 days? This was filed in June. June, July, August. It's been almost 4 months. 50 days. They've broken that rule, too. My health degrades daily and my safety is lacking. Failure to state a claim. Plaintiff demands judgment in the amount of $5,000 in money owed, interest, and all costs associated with his claim should be used on legal fees and costs related to the defendant's fiduciary misconduct, crimes, all associated allegations made by the plaintiff. Plaintiff demands all instruments, documents, financial accounting of the Teeling Family Trust. Plaintiff demands divorce decree and agreement as well as associated documents are a docket 98-M0810, Hillsborough County Superior Court, Northern District. Not even fucking right, just thrown away. Yeah, he's freaking, no, he can't be. I'm waiting for a call back from him. What did I send him before? Hold on. Oh, here, this guy didn't read this either. It's 10 pages. Failure to state a claim. This Eugene guy's, it's rambling. Demand to compel. You gotta compel these documents. I'll show you your emails too. My testimony. Search for truth. Evidence. My claims will be made available as images, receipts, emails, etc. More requests for ADA accommodations. They'll just simply ignore them. Demand all trust documents and instruments related to Teeling Family Trust. From inception to current. Reasons leading to the recent divorce agreement as well include events that transpired that lead me to believe it was a conspiracy to defraud me. Failure to state a claim. They didn't read this. Neither of them did. It began somewhere around that time, probably much earlier. Tell my whole life story. Dissolution of marriage, effects on revocable trust. It's all in it. The guy didn't read it. Duty to inform an account. This is trust code right here. Knowledge. This is all Florida trust code. It's based on uniform trust code. Governing law. The law of the jurisdiction designated by the terms of the trust, provided there's a sufficient nexus to the designated jurisdiction at the time of the creation of the trust or during the trust administration, including, but not limited to, the location of real property held by the trustee, held by the trust, or the resident or location of an officer, settler, trustee, or any beneficiary. Rule of court and trust proceeding. This guy read nothing. And most importantly, ascertain beneficiaries, determine any question arising in the administration or distribution of any trust, including questions of construction or trust instruments, instruct trustees to determine the existence or non-existence of any immunity, power, privilege, duty, or right. This guy didn't friggin' read it. I'm going to play this in a second. Subject matter jurisdiction. You have it. Venue. It's it. It's all right there. Effective fraud, duress, mistake, or undue influence. Fucking spent hours, weeks, researches, writing this at a 97-degree van in a Home Depot parking lot. Reformation to correct mistakes. Failure to state a claim. Fucking read it, you asshole. Duty to administer trust. Duty of loyalty. History. This is trust code. Remedies for breach of trust. Damages for breach of trust. Attorney's fees and costs, if you can get one of those. My own attorney. Upon reasonable request, the trustee shall provide a qualified beneficiary with a complete copy of the trust instrument. Verification of documents. To wit, the defendant continues to refuse to fulfill obligations in the amount of $5,000. That's all I can sue for. But it'll get me off the frickin'... get me somebody that I can farm this out to and focus on myself. Refuses to provide trust instruments and documents as well as accounting records to the Teeling Family Trust, and refuses to provide divorce agreement and decree. I was definitely a party to that. All of which have been requested numerous times of the plaintiff. I also asked the court to impose any sanction related to the defendant's actions that are in violation of established law. Failure to state a claim. You gotta read the fuck. These people are assholes. Alright, let me, hold on, I'll play it. I'll friggin' play this thing. Oh, it's me again. Let's do, right here. Started.
There. Let's see, we got Mr. Beal here for Patricia Teeling. I believe we had Tasha. Yes. I'll have you go with Ms. Schmidt into one, okay? Where are you?
Sir,
Your Honor,
let someone blow me off.
Your Honor, I would go to the mediation if you wish, but I was going to move to dismiss the claim in this action.
Okay. You want to file anything of a hearing on that? I mean, I've read the complaint. Quite frankly, I don't know what the basis is for the action.
Yeah, it seems like the rambling complaint is just an oral trying to enforce a promise, no consideration for a promise to make a gift.
Nobody read this. Nobody read it. Sir, I had filed a motion that you guys got on the 9th. It's not in there. I was looking for ADA accommodations. I'm 100% disabled.
What do you need? What accommodations do you need?
I need an advocate for one. My conditions, they preclude me from formulating a case. If you had looked at any of my other motions, this is about a trust that my mother, the trustee, has neglected her fiduciary duties.
I didn't see anything on that, ma'am. I saw what she said. She would give you money. Said she would give you money, and then you say that she didn't. So
there's an amendment stated of claim. There's a lot of things that came out. There's a cure notice that I wrote to her, which you have a copy of. She responded to the cure notice by filing.
Where is it required that we provide counsel?
It's in the frickin'
civil matter.
Frame. It's in the one you throw away.
I just asked a question though. I'm not aware of the requirement to provide counsel. You could contact Bay Area Legal Services.
Nobody will answer my call. I've called the Florida bar. They had promised a free 30-minute consultation. Nobody's called me back. I've called the police because she's called on them multiple times to have me imprisoned. But if you look at my motions,
ma'am, I'm dealing only with the civil matter here.
Right. This is about a trust that I'm a beneficiary to, and my mother's a trustee. And she's not disclosed. Okay. For over 20 years, she's hidden this. She's fraudulently concealed it from me.
I have to say that I read through this and I didn't see anything about a trust in there.
Yeah, there's 10 pages on that with the associated Florida Trust Code and Uniform Trust Code explaining.
Do you have a copy of the trust agreement?
I have evidence that the trust exists. She's told me that I'm part of the trust. but she has not disclosed it to me. The trust was formed in '99. My brother is a beneficiary as well, who's notarized trust documents. It's been concealed from me.
I would suggest that you hire an attorney or go see Bayo Legal Services,
sir,
if you're not able to, or lawyer referral.
Sir, I've done all that. There's nobody that'll help me. I'm disabled, completely disabled, on the streets, abandoned by my family, and been stolen from by this.
Well, you're able to appear by Zoom, and
I'm not disabled
able
anymore.
to speak.
Right, and my anxiety is at 10. Part of that motion was a motion to compel this trust, the trust documents, and the divorce decree that's been hidden from me. I believe she violated a divorce decree.
For what?
My brother.
What would the divorce decree have to do with anything?
Because there was a divorce in '99. I was divorced with my father in '91. And I believe they violated.
You divorced from your father?
No, my mother divorced my father and myself. She threw me out of the house at 14 with him. There's tons of abuse going on here, and I'm trying to find out what is going on. I know there's a trust there, and I believe she violated the divorce decree.
Sorry, excuse me. Did you want to set this with Mr. Beal's motion to dismiss? I can give you a few dates right now.
You want to do that? File a motion to dismiss Mr. Beal?
Yes, please.
We have October 13th at 9 a.m.
That would be fine.
Did you want an hour?
No, I think 20 minutes will be fine.
Okay, no problem. So it'll be October 13th at 9 a.m. for 30 minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ms. Teeling, are you able to appear, or do you need to appear by Zoom?
It's going to be Zoom and later. I don't think anyone's reading my motions. It's 100%. It lists trust in there. There's an amended motion in there that's. Rolled his eyes again.
We will go through that then, and then we will listen to the motion to dismiss that Mr. Beal files, and I'll make a ruling after we have the hearing on that. I'll allow you to appear by Zoom for that hearing.
And I also, there's a motion that you guys received on the 9th that's not even on the docket. Also, I think there's a conflict of interest. It lists that Mr. Beal is my attorney on this case where my mother filed a protective injunction about the notice to cure that I sent her.
And we already advised you that we don't have that for whatever reason, so if you want to refile it.
I have the receipt because I sent something to you and I sent something to Judge Mansfield.
Okay.
Mansfield is on the docket.
Okay, well, I'm not Judge Mansfield. Judge Mansfield handles
I was on the phone with them,
circuit civil, so.
And they can't answer
me. All right, so we have set it for that date, and we'll go over that. You can file that, serve Ms. Teeling with that, and we'll go forward from that point. Okay?
Sir, I cannot be there at 9 in the morning. My disabilities preclude me from that. I had to stay up all last night to be here this morning. I had put ADA accommodations in that notice as well. I don't think.
Well, you certainly can appear by Zoom. Do we have something later in the day, Lisa?
Yes, sir. We can do it at 1:30. No problem.
Okay.
Is anybody reading?
We'll set it then for 1:30. Okay.
Sir, is anyone reading these motions that I'm sending? Because it doesn't appear that they are.
Ma'am, I'd be the one to read it, and I've read those. So we're going to set it for the hearing, and then it'll be. What was the date again, Lisa?
October 13th at 1:30 in hearing room 2E for the plaintiff, and she'll get a Zoom link with her notice of hearing, just like she did for this one.
I'm very concerned because this absolutely mentions a trust in my updated statement of claim.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
We'll look at it again. As indicated, if there's something there, then we'll take a look at it and we'll be considered.
Okay, because that was sent a while ago, and
that's fine. You've sent a lot of things and called a lot of times, and we understand.
A lot of times. This guy's a fucking liar. Absolute fucking liar.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We will see everybody on the October the 10th then at 1:30.
October the. He doesn't even know what day it's at.
13th. I'm sorry. Yeah.
At 1:30, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want to stay up all night?
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
And Judge, Joel Magdovitz. I'm back for mediation. I don't know if anybody else.
13th.
The guy's not listening. He's not listening to a friggin' thing. Absolutely not listening to anything I freaking say. Nothing. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I'll offer another reward. $2,500. Anyone can find me an attorney that'll take this freaking on a contingency. It's ridiculous. This is the freaking... This guy didn't even read this. He didn't fucking read it. He said, oh, consider it. It's right here. Amended statement of claim. It's 8 pages about a freaking trust. And I can speak. I can speak now. Here's the thing. Terminate the injunction. Affidavit. I spent all day writing. Look at this. I'm going to show this email from Mansfield. There's no point in even going to these things. There's no freaking point. 100% disabled. 100% fucking disabled. I'll show the Patty emails after where she fucking ghosts me. This is lost. It's simply lost. With case law right out of small claims procedures that they lost. They fucking just lost it. Nobody read it. Let's go to, there's my mother's emails. Let's go back to the inbox here. Donna, it's my understanding that you wish to appear at Friday's hearing at 10 a.m. No, not at 10 a.m. I once again asked for ADA accommodation for later in the day via Zoom when an attorney provided me. That's another thing. I put in there in my motion they lost all the reasons I required an attorney provided. When the attorney provides me and an interpreter as per my motion, along with a different judge, this was denied fair and equal access to the courts last time. Also, my mother's attorney who represents my trust as per the docket. Or here's a new email from her. Court is at 10 a.m. on Friday. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going at 10. Say my ADA accommodations have all been denied once again, and my motion was not looked at or considered. I'm fully disabled and homeless, cannot attend in person at 10 a.m. And I write back, she'll never answer me again. So you were to claim won't answer me or accommodate my disabilities. You won't provide me fair and equal access to the court. I cannot attend at 10 a.m. I require an interpreter, an ADA advocate, and a court-appointed attorney. Judge Mansfield needs to recuse himself as per my motion that was ignored for denying my civil rights not once but twice now. Fucking ridiculous. Look at hold on. Where did I'll put all the documents I have up. She's not confident. She's got money. That's it. I'm writing to the FBI after this because I have nothing else to do. Criminal Code RC 1985. This is where you find every other freaking thing for deprivation of rights. Everyone who, being a trustee of anything for the use of benefit, whether whole or in part of another person or for a public or charitable purpose, converts with intent to defraud and in contravention of this trust that thing or any part of it to use as not authorized by the trust is guilty of an indictable offense and liable to imprisonment for a term not to exceed 14 years. I don't have a fucking lawyer that can help me with this. Nobody will fucking answer. And she's using my money. Yeah, we need to see the trust. I know I'm in it. Let me go back to, she's not greedy. She's greedy, but she's also a friggin' criminal. Let's go to some of the screenshots. Here's an email from her. You blame me a lot, actually, and often, but if we could put that behind us. This is after she reneged on the van. Deal with the situation calmly and seeing each other's sides. I'm going to be homeless. I can go through all her emails. She stopped talking to me in 2019. I know you were on your way since the age of 15 at words. I'm proud of that. I know things have been rough due to illness. You're acknowledging that I'm freaking disabled and I'm sick. We'll get through it. We should organize my garage for big things and maybe hang switch bikes. This is one of the last times she's ever talked to me. Go check out Rap's channel. She says, hope you do well in a trial when I got that reckless. She just left me on my own. Pretty serious consequence. I wish you would stop blaming me for financial issues. Pay the beneficiaries their benefits. Or she's paying my brothers. This is for the van. This is a big investment. You must have comfort of room. The extra money is worth it. I am helping. She didn't freaking... I'm going to spill some fucking beans later that she knows about that are disgusting. Just get the best deal you can for the one you want. If you're cramped, you'll be miserable. As for storage, I have some room in the garage. I don't use the attic. Rats and rat mess. But there's room in the garage for the kayak. You put hooks up for the bike hanging center. I was reading about tiny houses. The tiny house must suit you. You better not try to squeeze into it. I'm going to put a shower in the other day. I shouldn't have lost my house. Sure, you have to downsize, but do not give up your lifestyle. Just keep plugging away. I'm fully disabled with no help from anybody. Every little thing is progress. And then she's talking about yoga pants. It's 2019. This is when she stopped talking to me. This is the deed of trust. After 1999, deed is given pursuant to the divorce decree in the case of Teeling versus Teeling. Where is this? I was a party to that. I need to see this. Released to said grantee all rights of homestead. That was my house. This is the motion to dismiss that she wrote, that I wrote, because she did not serve this to me. She didn't serve this to me. She broke the rules, and they lost the motion for default judgment. I was served a notice to appear in your court on September 14th regarding a small claim. This suit was filed in days after I was granted an injunction for cyber stalking by the Honorable Declan Mansfield. The injunction was granted June 4th. No, it was served to me for the trial for this that I only got to utter one sentence. I'm not recording that guy too if I show up. However, it was never served because of the party we served. Miss Tasha P. Teeling's daughter will not open the door to the sheriff's office. She doesn't mention that I'm fucking homeless. She doesn't mention that I'm disabled, living on the streets. I was present in the court case, and Miss Teeling was present via Zoom. She was immediately aware. How do you know my mental state? You fucking sent me to... You kidnapped me once and had me kidnapped by the police 3 times total. Since the time the cyber stalking has increased in free, she calls my YouTube channel cyber stalking, where she's freaking totally defrauding me. Private information has been published, including my bank account information. Where is it? Where's the evidence? Address. It's my address. Court documents. That's public record. Previous legal documents. All public record, including a portion of my divorce decree. I was not in there. I just got fucking forgotten. And your divorce, I was kicked out at 91. Fucking 14 years old, kicked out with my father, the guy that you had to divorce because he's such a scumbag. You said me the abuser. My recycling has been stolen, in which I believe I was done to try to obtain more documentation. She was offered $10,000 for anyone who can obtain my divorce decree and trust in their entirety. My divorce decree and trust. I'm a beneficiary. It's my fucking trust. That you have an obligation to freaking to pay the beneficiaries. She states, dead serious, in quotation, this and much more can be found on her YouTube site under community. There are disturbing videos filled with lies and slander, including slander against Judge Mansfield. That guy's a motherfucker. He needs to recuse himself. Piece of shit. It's fucking on slander. He's a piece of shit. So is it Frank. Some of the worst can be found on a YouTube video entitled Mother of the Year. Many reports have been made to YouTube in no avail. The text of her petition here, of course, is filled with untruth. She called me a liar. Her memory is false or exaggerated. My childhood phone number was 603-434-5009 on Ballard Road in Derry, New Hampshire. My memory's fine. She's tried to destroy me, my former husband, and her brother by false allegations. I believe she has hacked my Facebook account and printed things using my name. In one of her other videos, she stated she doesn't believe she will win this claim, but is doing it to give me a position of negotiation to fulfill your friggin' obligations. My brother's, hold on, I'll show you, hold on. Where's my brother? Right here. Here's my brother. This day of 20th of October 2003, before me, Jonathan Edward Teeling, the undersigned officer, personally appeared Patricia M. Teeling, trustee of the Teeling Family Trust, known to me or satisfactorily proven to me, whose name is subscribed within the trust instruments, acknowledged and executed the same day for the purposes therein contained. My official seal, Jonathan Teeling. Jonathan friggin' Teeling. Jonathan frickin' Teeling, signing trust documents as a beneficiary using a state notary. Here's when my father gave my brother frickin' properties without consideration to me. These are my properties. I lived in these. I lived in these places with my father when I got thrown out of the house with him when I got divorced with my father. Quick, there's a City Heights condominium. How did my brother get $28,000 with no job? That's not one. That's one of two. One of two condos he got and a house. Warranty deed right here. The warranty deed. That's for the that's for the South Hills Drive that was freaking rolled over into the property I own here. Patricia Teeling, trustee of the Teeling Family Trust. Who's the Teeling family? I'm part of that family and I'm in that trust. There's my Beacon Woods. You're not supposed to commingle. You don't commingle trust assets with personal property. No, I didn't get anything. I have college in that divorce decree. There's college in there I got cheated out of. Here's all my receipts for the shit. Hudson, Florida. I served my mother right here. One of these went to the Klan, and one of these went to frickin' Frank. That they miraculously lost with 88 frickin' shit and a motion to frickin' dismiss. There's a tracking number. Delivered to agent for final delivery. Newport Richie. September 9th. Can't tell me what happened to it. Oh, just resubmit it. It's another one. September 9th. Same time. They never called me back. These, look at Frank Gray, Patricia Teeling, DeClan Mansfield. They all went out. They're sitting right at the post office. They all went out. This is all I do with my life. These are all, look at all this shit. I think this one, I don't know which one went to who. Affidavit of truth, a motion to terminate, or this one went to DeClan. This one went to Mansfield. Demand to compel. Frank Gray, DeClan Mansfield. So I think all this went to DeClan and this went to, and they're simply not friggin' looking. Here's the notice to cure that Patty said was threatening. This is what she got the injunction over. No, it has nothing to do with that will. Nothing. They don't know who the fuck I am. As you are aware, very much aware, I've been asking for answers or seeking answers for quite some time. This is the one this is how she got, this is the first thing that she listed on her protective order. I was never going to receive them. I stopped asking. The reason behind being that nightmares would not stop the impact of whatever you were hiding from was absolutely ripping whatever my life is apart. In order to get the closure I so desperately needed, I also needed a reasoning for my treatment in order to work through the grief and put an end to what I could, the torment you caused me. The answers derived took much time and were quite disturbing. The most probable, so therefore the most reasonable to be concluded. I just figured they never fucking wanted me. Having done that and setting my sights on moving forward with my life and also my son's life, I ceased attempting to contact you and advise him what I concluded and what he should expect. For many weeks, and as witness, your treatment of me is now the treatment of him. Of course, I would not let this stand, as he is mine, and therefore my duty and obligation to protect. That is what you're reading. That is why you're reading this today, as opposed to getting what you seemingly have wanted for some time and no longer having to witness my existence in this world. Keeping this brief, as I'm quite sure you're aware of my ever so important need for clarity and the truth on whatever has transpired that led to this point. Despite this, you refuse to provide a single answer. The patterns and treatments you have demonstrated and carried out upon me surely have destroyed meaningful and beneficial attributes I possess and consequently have been put to waste. What could have been, who could have benefited, where could I be now? The absolute hell I've endured the past couple weeks have been spent much like my efforts to end the nightmares as stated before. Only this time I had to dissect my entire life, and it appears that you and the others involved have done some absolutely horrible things to me. I don't think there's any way to repair the devastation that you may have caused, or that you have caused, but certainly you continue to waste every second of my life that you can. I can assure you I will get the answers I seek and will go nowhere until a semblance of balance is achieved. Moving on, let this letter serve to you as notice to cure, notice to remedy in the situation. I will outline from herein, and in no way absolving you from what was expressed prior. Last March, you promised me a gift of $3,000. I never received it. Recently, you promised to repair your grandson's car, and weeks later, it sits inoperable and the same transmission problems that you vowed to remedy for him, still sitting there. Conservative and knowledgeable repair estimates are concluded at $36.86. So sum total of your promises to equal $66.86. This is my money. Having waited for so long, providing you with 5 business days to render payment in that amount to me, cashier's check preferred. I wasn't even pursuing the trust then. But I may consider a personal check as well, though not preferentials. Puts us to close the business on 6/2. She just ran to the courthouse and filed an injunction notice, or a fucking protective injunction. So I got a cyber stalking for sending her a notice to cure because the Clan Mansfield denied me fucking justice. In the event that I hear or see nothing, as evidence of my past experience, I will march in the West Pasco Judicial Center the following day, being the 3rd of June, and file the statement of claim I've included with this correspondence. So she just runs down, and this is the first thing listed. I'll pull this up in a second. We can then let the judge appointed the case handle what should not been his responsibility if you cannot handle it as you've not handled it before. Ever seeking truth, Tasha Teeling. It's ridiculous. I have to keep every record. Look, the first thing, this is the protective injunction. Right here. I've shown this before. The first thing she puts homeless, but it's often at this address. She also has a workshop in Holiday, Florida. Response, last name, appointment. Too long ago, she's on disability. Physical description, transgender, white. She puts this over there. What a fucking bitch. Distinguishing. You let your homeless friggin' firstborn out in the friggin' street. And she puts down, petitioner is a victim of stalking, but his respondent has previously committed stalking. When? There's no police report with this. There's nothing. Threatens to cyber stalk the detector, physically abuse the petitioner. She's lying all over the place. The first below is a description of the specific incidents. This one right here, the letter that I sent, the cure notice, 6/1/21. I received a long letter threatening a lawsuit. The judge tells me, the Clan Mansfield tells me this is not what it's about. It's the first thing she wrote. If I did not pay $66.86 by 6/2/21. This letter contains many untrue statements about me. For months, if not years, she's accused me of unspeakable things. All on Facebook and YouTube. My phone has 41 saved messages. Why don't you answer them? All slander. She's libeled me on Facebook and posted my phone number and bank account. Where? Never posted that. She's like a small pink handgun. To please, and then she crosses, to please discontinue Facebook and YouTube slander and libel. Page 2. Numbers for full view of all strangers. Right here. I keep hearing to reach out for help. Seems to be a popular slogan. Family first, get settled time. Someone should be kind enough to get my family to help me. She didn't even know where I was when I was living in my shop, but I kept trying to get her. Lots of people knew where I was. Even people that only knew me a bit found me. Thoughts and prayers and stuff. I even arranged a doctor's appointment to fit her schedule. I said, call my mother to come to this doctor's appointment. And then she said, I put her phone number because she wouldn't answer my calls. Here's the support I need to get out of everyone's hair. I've offered to have a sit-down with my family and doctor to get me wherever they want me to be. I've not heard a word. If someone is willing and thinks this is a good idea, as I thought it was but never accepted, my mother is local in Newport Rich area and probably easier to find for anyone else, it seems. This maybe was a terrible idea, will not benefit my life. I feel less than human having to scream like I have. Surely there's a way to fix all this, right? I'll be waiting alone in the heat on the street because that's it for me for now. It seems, and it couldn't be more degrading. It's torture at this point. Thanks, friends. That she said, I put her number in full fucking view. And then she calls come through either by 69. This lady's my whole family's abandoned me. we're still even on here. So 41 saved messages. On Facebook and YouTube, I've been accused of unspeakable things, including trying to get her to commit suicide. She did. She told me to kill myself when I was sitting in the hospital. I've reported these libelous falsehoods to Facebook, and to no avail. They are allowed to continue. I've asked the court to help stop me this harassment. I've sent many texts for her that came through on various unblocked numbers. You know, last time this lady has not called me. Not freaking called me. Let me go to her, let me see. I'll show you the last time that freaking... Let me see if I can even find her on here. Oh, here we go. All the green is me. Nothing. Just abandoned. Absolutely abandoned. Go back to 2019. No responses. Absolutely no responses. No friggin' response. Nothing. Not a single one. It's a million of them. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Not a single response from this lady. Nothing. I said many texts for the... Why don't you answer your texts? They have to... There's a motion to compel the judge didn't freaking look at. A motion to compel. It's a legal document. And then she's sworn under penalty of perjury on 6-2. This is when she said that the freaking thing was granted. This is when she said 6-4. 6-2 it was freaking dated. The day after I sent the notice to cure. And then she runs down, because I said it was going to 6-3. Puts a civil injunction that this freaking judge didn't listen to a freaking thing. I didn't get a sentence out. Not a freaking sentence. This woman's a monster. This whole family's a monster. Bunch of monsters. Yeah, my brother's a notary. He's a beneficiary. Dealing in trust documents. He's a freaking beneficiary. Notarizing documents. I'm a beneficiary, and I haven't seen the thing that's $499. $19.99. My mother's concealed, defrauded, it's conspiracy to fraud because you're in cahoots with my brother's notarizing documents, and then you're calling the cops. I had a video the other day with legal that won't freaking give me any of my freaking public records requests. It was my mother calling to have me thrown out of that house so I wouldn't get a hold of the fucking trust. It's absolute mess. No. I'm supposed to see the trust. I was supposed to see the trust in 1999. I was supposed to have been receiving benefits since 1999. People are like that. Look, you don't pay your bills. I should have never had to pay any bills. I'm a beneficiary. I have a trust. I'm a trust fund kid. And I lost my house. I'm living on the street, disabled and homeless, as a beneficiary. And I'm getting fucked by these courts. That guy said call Bay Area Legal. Bay Area Legal. I have it on. I'll put all the phone calls on me today. Every single one of them said I can't help you. It's disgusting. How is my brother notarizing trust documents? He's a duty. Apparently he went to school for, I thought it was freaking history. I was told it was history. But it's for a master's in international business. And he's committing fraud using a state notary. He's using his state notary to notarize documents. This is like federal offenses. But here I said, wait, another day. This has been since this has been going on all my life. But I think it was 5/27 is when I wrote that other thing. Was it 5/27? Hold on. $526 was the notice to cure. I'm sitting here all summer. $526. It's September now. I've rotted down here and just wrote shit and dealt with this. And this asshole right here won't do it. He doesn't even read anything. He found me guilty of a freaking construction code and sent me out of the courtroom when I got raided by these freaking Pasco sheriffs over a because my mailbox didn't have numbers on it. He said my house didn't have numbers. My house had numbers. I don't even have a house anymore. I have a house. It's on Camp Creek. It's just, and who helps? Like, Trish, there's nobody to freaking help. There's nobody. This other lady just said she'd call me back in 15 minutes. That was 2 hours ago. An hour and a half ago. Very illegal camp. Nobody's freaking helping. Go to my mother's emails. Let's go to my mother's emails. Freaking tasks up here. This is the last. She didn't talk to me. This is in 2019. Just want to give you a status update and not sure why. I never got a response to this. This is what you're doing. This is the big investment. This is the email I showed. I talk about when she put me in Brooks. She's been trying to put me in a mental institution since I was 13. She said I didn't go to school. She put me in a mental institution. I talk about it right here. You guys can pause this and read it. Asked her for a secure loan. And she didn't do it because she didn't want me to get caught up. She didn't want to fucking find out about the trust. So not once in your life have you faced homelessness, despair that comes with it, or much of anything I face. You and the other one lack any sort of empathy or family values. It's simply never there. One of the latest conversations, she told me that I have to make sacrifices. She told me to sell the Volkswagen to make sacrifices. The 16.9% car is paid off. What do you think I've been doing my whole life? I just got tanked $155,000 in equity. Went to the fucking bank. She never answered this. Never. So I got a van of my own. This is the last time she emailed me. April 19th, 2019. What are we discussing? I said, I guess Jonathan made his decision. We both know he has a final say in everything. This is the last time. The last thing she said to me on email. What are we discussing? This is about the thing. Alright, I sent a high mileage one for $12,000. A van she was supposed to help me with. What's there to discuss? I need a van. It costs money. I need a house. Like, this goes in, although she admits that I'm freaking disabled. And I've been left on the street while she defrauds me of my benefits. She had sent me a, she sent me this, hold on, let me see if I can find it. It was a Craigslist ad for this piece of shit, $1,400. What numbers? I got a Craigslist. It was unclear. The van was 17.5. Is that correct? It's just... I told you the numbers in last night's email. You should have saved my house. It was trust property. Now it's gone with $155,000 of my equity. I fucking had it. My brother's defrauding. Everyone's defrauding this shit here. Do you have to die before your mother can get... What are you talking about? She's got my money. She's had my money for fucking years. She's misappropriated. Look at this freaking... Did you not see the trust code? Like, this is all legal, and this judge hasn't looked at it. We have my motion for default judgment. Small claim amended. And then this guy, this freaking failure to state a claim. Failure to state a claim. That's not it. What? Like, amended statement of claim and demand to compel. This guy didn't read it. It talks about the trust. It talks about freaking by notice to cure and this friggin' false shit she filed. ADA accommodations. But it goes on, and they call us, one guy says it's ramblings. Demand all trust documents. This guy did not read it. Florida law states it is not limited to, as I'm not an attorney. This is all trust right here. The trustee shall keep the qualified beneficiaries of trust reasonably informed. This lady hasn't done any of this in years. And this judge isn't fucking listening. She's going to be homeless. I'm taking that house. I'm fine. These judges will not listen. I'll just take it federal. I'm writing to the FBI because you call the cops. I don't have good internet now, but I'll release the video. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, I think I can pull it up right now. Sergeant Liar. This guy friggin' lies. He just fucking lies to me. I gotta piece this whole thing together.
They blew me off.
When did you talk to him?
A month and a half ago. I'm not sure the exact date.
The second attempt I made to friggin' report this lady.
On the phone?
Mm-hmm.
You know what day it was?
No, I don't.
You don't have any information on that phone?
Like, he's got the, yeah, there was 3 calls made to dispatch.
Okay.
And then there was an email to,
I'm gonna have to bump the volume up.
one officer called me back. I don't know what his name was because he wouldn't let me talk. And then
This guy's an absolute liar. He asked for friggin' account numbers and shit, and then he explained the trust, how a trust works. Look at his eyes. This guy's a psychopath.
I got Gloria, who generated an email to Denbo.
Who's Gloria?
I don't know. He's one of your officers.
Maybe somebody in the office.
One of your
or-
officers
I told him it was AMA.
who generated an email to Denbo.
He said he didn't know what it was.
No, it was an inter-office email.
Sent to
how do
Denbo,
you
then
know
Denbo
that
called
it
back.
exists?
Because Sergeant Denbo called me back.
Okay. What did the email say?
They won't take a report.
It was I'm not in her office. It went to. That was in her office. I don't have access.
I'm confused about what the email's contents were.
I
What
don't.
she would've said, call Tasha. So Tasha called and
I don't know
spoke
that.
to somebody, Gloria, or Gloria called back. Tasha explained her grievances with Gloria. Gloria then said, okay, I'm going to send something to Dembo. Send an email to Dembo, I guess, saying, call Tasha.
Wait, I don't think you guys can even hear this.
You have these kind of issues or whatnot. And then
But he fucking lied to me. He totally lied to me.
We need this guy. He's out to blow us. up.
This is after he's gone.
We need a supervisor.
What fucking bananas on this guy? Because he's a liar. He's an absolute liar. I was called Andrew Denbo. And he said, I'm going to go call him. There's observers on the scene out here.
Hi, Andrew. It's Tasha. June 18th, about 5:30.
There's no report. There's no record of this.
Deputy Fitz. What I called and talked to you about that day, and I didn't get any calls back. I had a friend was able to verify that everything I'm saying is.
I had to get this girl to
correct.
call because they wouldn't come out for a month
Issues right now
to report all this crime and this fraud.
because of all the abuse. And I'm being asked when I called you.
Let me go where he starts lying. I'm left alone with these psychopaths. I think he went to call friggin' Denver.
it was the 19th.
I have it now, but
You,
is there somebody else like these? Here,
you got what you wanted.
I need to.
He took off. The guy took off.
We need to start.
Nobody's gonna help you. Not even the cops. You report all this shit. Good. You have to die before your mother. before your brother could hold him. She's sitting on my money. Yeah, they're all covering for each other. What do you mean there's nothing to fight with? There's a house in my name. And she needs jail. She's called and made multiple reports and had me put in mental institutions to keep me away from the trust. I don't care if there's 10 cents in there or a penny. That house is still in it. I can get that house and she can go to jail and my brother can go to jail. That's it. But where's the email from? I showed the email the other night. Alright, let's go to court records. Search court records. You guys saw the receipt. Oh, search records online. I got really slow internet here. It was on the 9th they got that. 9th. They don't even have it. They said they just lost it. They didn't even say they lost it. Public. They don't even, you can search my name. It didn't even come up here. So just search this. All right, now it's gonna. Now it's not even gonna work. Apparently, there's a problem with the site, but it's all right there. Like, and they just freaking simply lost this shit. But I've had enough. I'm sitting out here just rotting in the friggin' streets, just rotting out here. I gotta go through more. This is freaking Canada's shit. I gotta look up freaking call the FBI. I gotta write a criminal complaint now. So instead of taking the dog for a walk or doing something to promote my health, I gotta do this shit. And it's been like this for months. For friggin' months. I'm gonna go now. Anybody have any questions or freaking anything on this? Nobody does, I'm going. But this is it. Empty the fund. It's not about that. That house is worth $200-something thousand. I'll take that and go. I want to get out of here. I want to go. I want to fucking heal. I want to get on with my life. And those people can go to prison. But you can't. You got these freaking judges that won't do shit. I'm gonna go. No one has any questions. We're gonna end this. Thank you, Joey. Alright. Yeah, it's alright, Linda. I just want to put that. I'll record. There's nothing saying I can't record these trials. And that guy rolling his eyes at me, he didn't know what friggin' date when the fully disabled. I'm writing down dates and shit. But I can read and I can speak. So, whatever. Just live out in the street and fucking die. Thanks, Patty. I want to show you the one. There's emails. That's oh, I'm always your mother. Where are these people? They're hiding because they've stolen from me. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.